If you're like me and you've been on a grain-free, sugar-free lifestyle for a while, there's probably a few foods that you miss. Well, one of the things that I miss is a good chocolatey fudgy brownie. Hi there, Robyn here with Lean Healthy Ageless and one of the co-authors of the Eat, Live, Thrive diet. Today on this video, I'm going to share with you a quick, easy recipe using ingredients you probably already have in your cupboard to make a chocolatey brownie. One of the things I want to share with you that Danna and I use in a lot of our sweet recipes is something called monk fruit extract. Now this is different than the monk fruit that you see in most of the stores out there. Most of that is erythritol, which is a sugar alcohol. Many people can't digest it well. It can give people headaches and bloating and that kind of thing. And I try to avoid it in larger amounts. I can handle very, very tiny amounts. So I have found that using the pure monk fruit extract to sweeten some of my baked good recipes or treats really, really works. Now, what I do in most of my recipes is I will use a small amount of maple syrup, pure maple syrup. Usually in the full recipe, that can be anywhere from 1 tablespoon to a 1/4 cup maximum. And then I will sweeten it with this pure monk fruit sweetener. It is just the extract of the monk fruit. There's no calories. I've used it for years. It's never spiked my blood sugar or created any kind of insulin response for me. And I love it. Now this little teeny bottle has like 571 servings, equivalent to 1 teaspoon. So it lasts for a really long time. I highly recommend that you get this product and keep it in your cupboard. Now this may be the only thing right now that you don't have in your cupboard to make these brownies, and you can always use another alternative sweetener if you like, but to me this is the best because it doesn't have any aftertaste at all. This recipe is so simple. It basically uses cocoa powder, it uses eggs, some butter, some oil, a little bit of maple syrup, and the monk fruit sweetener like I talked about, salt, baking powder, and some vanilla. And then for the flour, today I used almond flour. Now you can also substitute any other kind of flour such as sunflower seed flour, pecan flour, walnut flour, which most people just grind up the raw nuts or seeds themselves and make themselves their own flour. It's a lot less money than purchasing it online already ground up. The first thing you want to do in a medium bowl is mix together all of your dry ingredients. Then in a separate larger bowl, beat together your eggs and maple syrup and your vanilla, and then add the rest of the liquid ingredients, your butter and your melted coconut oil, and make sure you have the electric mixer on when you add those because they are usually warmer and you don't want to curdle your egg. Once everything's mixed up and blended really well, make sure you've used a spatula to scrape the sides down of your batter and gotten all of the dry and the wet ingredients very well combined. Pour your batter into a greased 8x8-inch baking pan. And then you're going to pop it into the oven that has been preheated to 350 degrees for anywhere between 15 to 18 minutes. You want to make sure that you have a toothpick that comes out clean so you know that your brownie is cooked all the way through. Okay, I'm back. The brownies have come out of the oven and I let them cool and I sliced them up. I made 15 slices. You could make them a little bigger if you want and do 12, but I wanted to tell you with 15 servings, it's about 90 calories per serving. And the amount of sugar is just over 3 grams, as opposed to if you had made this recipe with regular sugar, each brownie would have been about 10 grams. So it's super low carb. completely grain-free, and let me tell you, they taste delicious. You could, if you wanted to, these don't have it in there, but if you wanted to, you could add some of the sugar-free chocolate chips. Lily's is a good brand, and I really like the new Choco Zero chocolate chips, and those are sweetened with monk fruit. Also, you could chop up some pecans or walnuts and add this to the recipe if you like a little bit more texture. But these are delicious just as they are. I'm going to have a bite right now. They are so, sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. They're so moist and delicious and chocolatey. Enjoy. This video is brought to you and sponsored by our favorite fiber product, Bellway Fiber. Bellway Fiber is delicious. It's an organic psyllium fiber. There's no sugar in it. It's sweetened with monk fruit and natural fruit flavors. And the psyllium in it, when you mix it with water, it doesn't get lumpy and clumpy like so many psyllium fibers do. If you're not getting the recommended 25 to 35 grams of fiber per day, you probably need to bump it up. My favorite is the berry. I mix it with water in the morning. I have it in the evening, and it really, really makes a difference in my overall elimination. So if you want to increase your fiber intake, help keep yourself more full, satisfied, have better digestion and elimination, try the Bellway Fiber. And if you use the discount code provided, you'll get a significant savings on your very first order.